exit out of here, and I want to take you to PowerPoint. So this is kind of new. I'm not a professional when it comes to Copilot within PowerPoint, but essentially what you can do and how you can utilize Copilot within PowerPoint is, so this is a demo presentation, okay? This was, I think Copilot created this. So the agenda, introduction to building confidence, engaging the audience, visual aids, and final tips and takeaways. I did not create this. It created itself. So it talks the power of communication, yada, 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 so on and so forth. But the purpose of Copilot, so again, this lovely little icon here is the Copilot icon. Within this Copilot icon, I can, here are some of the different things that you can try. I can create a presentation from an existing file. I'm not going to do that only because the files that I do have are and they have customer information in it. Unfortunately I can't share that with the group. But you can create a presentation from a file. I can summarize this presentation. So let's go ahead and let's summarize this what is this presentation about? Somebody sent me over this presentation. I didn't have time to attend the presentation because I was in another meeting. So I want to get a high level summary of what the presentation was about and what key points they discussed. So here we go. These are the main ideas. This presentation talks about audience engagement, effective delivery. There was a Q&A session, dynamic delivery, and the final tips that were shared. So isn't that awesome? You can summarize your emails, you can summarize PowerPoint presentations, and the best is to be shared towards the end. I'll show you another way that you can utilize Copilot and how it can summarize information. We also have the designer tool. That's not really, I don't believe that's tied to Copilot necessarily, but the designer tool can help you kind of change the format of your presentation as well. But this is the different ways you can utilize Copilot high level within PowerPoint. So the next product I want to take you to is the PDF product. So this is a newsletter that my organization shares, and I can share it with you guys if you're interested. It's available to the public. I'm not sure how beneficial it'll be to the group here, but I kind of just wanted to share it with you. So it's an AI newsletter. It kind of goes over Copilot, what are the products that Microsoft offers today, talks about the new devices, it focuses on what's top of mind pertaining to security, the customer experience, the client customer experience, and then how to obtain Copilot for M365. That's a new badge that Microsoft encourages our internal teams to take. Okay, and then again, these are our different unified support Copilot offerings. I'm not going to share this newsletter with you guys because it doesn't pertain to you. But the purpose of me showing this PDF is because we're going to go ahead and ask Copilot. So the difference between Copilot within the PDF is that we don't have that Copilot widget here. It just says ask Copilot. So we're going to click on Copilot and we're going to say, please summarize this PDF. Okay, so when you hit please summarize the PDF, what's going to happen is I did this earlier to make sure it worked, but it's going to ask me, am I going to grant Copilot access to review the file? And I selected yes. So here, again, I don't have time to read this entire newsletter, so I want a high-level overview of what it discussed. Okay, so we're talking about new Surface devices, Copilot Windows, Windows 365 updates, so on and so forth. So you have the ability to summarize within PowerPoint, Outlook, as well as PDF. Last but not least, another way that you can utilize Copilot for Office 365. I want to emphasize, I keep saying Copilot, but I really should be saying Copilot for Office 365 is within Teams. So we have this wonderful Copilot feature here. So I can't use this. I just want to show you what it looks like. Jackie and team, this is their meeting. They let it, so I can't access the Copilot feature here, but essentially what this feature is going to do is it's going to take the recording and summarize everything that we discussed with you all here today. And again, it's going to summarize it the same way that we saw PDF and PowerPoint and let me know what the meeting was about. So if I miss a meeting, and they're sharing a PowerPoint presentation, or if I miss a meeting and they've recorded the session and I wasn't able to participate in the session, I can select the Copilot option and it'll summarize the meeting, what was discussed, any key points, and then I can also ask what the key takeaways were. So again, the purpose of Copilot is to focus on upskilling your knowledge, and it's not to replace humans. That's not the purpose of AI. That's not the purpose of Copilot, specifically centered around Microsoft. Other organizations, I can't speak to that. I work for Microsoft, and our purpose of AI and Copilot is to use it as an assistant to help you, similar to Siri. Hey Siri, what's the weather, right? Instead of going ahead and using a search engine to figure out what the weather is, or hey Google, I have a Google, so maybe I shouldn't say that. I have a Google sitting right next to me, but you can ask Google. Copilot is very, very similar in that sense. It utilizes live active data in the moment. But those are kind of all of the things. I know we have 15 minutes left, and I really want to use that time for questions. But those are some of the key products that we are pushing here at Microsoft centered around AI, specifically around Copilot. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to come off mute and ask away. I know there was a lot of conversation in the chat. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to kind of review it. So if you want to come off mute and ask your question, if you have any, please go ahead and do so.
Lauren, as an instructor trying to incorporate some of these great new tools, what is your suggestion on how to start? Because there's so much.
Yeah, there's so much. So from my experience, that's a great question. And I don't necessarily know if my response is going to apply to you all, but I do want to share. So for those of you that are working for organizations that have support agreements within Microsoft, you all do receive a customer success account manager. That's pretty much my role. And so what happens is those customers that I work with, they're interested in implementing Copilot. And to your point, Jackie, they don't necessarily know where to start. We offer some 1 to 3 day workshops on how to implement and utilize Copilot. We also offer end user training. Now, if you don't have a customer success account manager or a unified support agreement, and you're wanting to learn how to use Copilot, specifically around modern work Copilot, the best way that I would say would be go to the learn.microsoft.com website and start there. And once you go there and take a look at that, if you are needing additional information, let me know and I can see what is offered to the public for those folks that do not have unified support contracts and they're looking to implement our products. It's a great question.
And I'll also add to, I think that it's good to assess where your organization is lacking it. Like, what are some things that you think are maybe missing the mark, and then finding products that may align with that. Because I feel like, to your point, there's so many products that we offer. Just looking at where we missing the mark, where can we add value to, and then looking at the products that align with that.
Yep, thank you. I see that Lakeisha put a comment in the chat and she shared that she's been trying to help her students utilize AI appropriately for resume writing, but they don't want participants to heavily rely on using Copilot. Yeah, and that is, I'm really glad that you made that comment. That is the biggest challenge I feel like we are not we as Microsoft. I'm speaking on my statement is not pertaining to Microsoft. This is it. It's not a part of Microsoft's view. It's my personal view, and I feel like some of us may have the same sentiments. But is because you can utilize Copilot to rewrite your resume completely, right, and not fact check it and not change it. And say some of those individuals upload their resume to systems, it is going to be very obvious to organizations that you utilize a Copilot or an AI system to create and draft your resume. So for an example, I was working with a customer and somebody on my team that I work with, not in my organization, but that they also work with a customer, they drafted an email utilizing Copilot and the information, and then they sent the email. Unfortunately, they didn't fact check any of that information. And so the customer was very aware of it. They knew that it just looked like kind of a copy paste. So that is the thing that I highly encourage you all share with your teams. If you, again, with the students, so if they're just going to use Copilot to draft their resume, it's very obvious. Organizations can tell, and they can see that it was not written by an individual. It was really written by kind of a machine. And so we kind of stray away from those candidates, to be quite frank with you all, because it's obvious. We want to make sure that you're utilizing the tools in the right manner, but they can fall with anything, right? You can utilize it for the wrong reasons, but that is not the purpose. The purpose of Copilot is to really assist you and help. I see Anna said you tried to add Copilot to your account, and the message that you got was Microsoft Search and Bing has been disabled for your organization. Yep. So depending on the organization that you work with, they actually have the ability to disable or enable Copilot. If they don't want you all to use it, they can restrict that access. That is not a Microsoft thing. That is an organizational thing. So if you're not able to utilize it within your organization, I guess that essentially means they don't want their employees utilizing Copilot. Now, you can use it personally on your personal device, but you can't use it for work reasons. Okay. Let's see. Alex mentioned joining the Microsoft communities is also another awesome way to possibly connect to other organizations. Absolutely. Thank you all. Did anyone else have any questions or insights they wanted to share about the demo we shared today? Are there any, if we run this session again in the future, is there any specific areas that you're looking for us to discuss that we maybe didn't discuss today? Please feel free to come off mute and share that, or share it in the chat. Thank you for joining us. If you don't have any questions, we highly encourage you to stay active on LinkedIn, follow Microsoft's LinkedIn channel, go to Microsoft Learn website, get those certifications, share them with your network, and it's going to help you grow as an individual, or if you're a nonprofit. You're always, the thing about Microsoft, we're constantly learning and growing, and our technologies are constantly changing. So it can be challenging and overwhelming at times, but you have my LinkedIn. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have any questions. I might not answer right away because I am a bit busy, but I will get to your questions.
Lauren, Willie, on behalf of the Mayor's Office for Adult Literacy, thank you so much from the symposium, and now you helped us extend this even further, and we're looking forward to utilizing the information you've given us. And you betcha, if you want to come back, I'll be ringing your bell, and definitely we're looking forward to doing more with you guys. Thank you for your time, thank you for your expertise, and thank you for your partnership. You're making a difference with us, and we appreciate it.
Definitely. Thank you
so
for having
much.
us, Jackie.
Thank you everyone for attending. And remember, professional development is the start of a continuum. So this is not a one shot. Keep building, keep networking with each other, and hook up with these guys. LinkedIn, you guys, let's do this. Everyone have a great day.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.